Hello and welcome back to this week's video. In this week's video we are back on our local lake and I'm joined again with Matt Catches, and we'll go over there to meet Matt in a minute if you've not met him before. But Matt's link for his channel will be down in the link in the description. And I've just got my rods out in the rod bag. All I need to do is put some bait on. I'll show you what bait I'm using, show you my rigs and show you all my tactics for this session. So let's crack straight onto it. Right, so this is the rig presentation that I'm using. If you're watching my videos, you know this is always my go-to rig. So I've got a 2-ounce lead with a helicopter system, a pre-made helicopter system from Corda, and it just clips onto the lead nice and easily. And then I slide my rig onto it and then put the stoppers on at the top. And then for my rig, this is a homemade rig, so I've made this myself. It's just a nice simple spinner rig, and yeah, it's got a Nash claw hook on with a quick and easy little bait screw, so I can get my bait on nice and fast. So it minimises the time that my rods are out in the water, so I can get new bait on nice and fast. And the bait that I'm going to be using on both my rods today are the CM1 pop-ups by Mistralbaits. And I have done a massive oopsie. I forgot to put a bait order in with Mistralbaits, so I've got no bait at all. So what I'm going to be scattering around my hoop bait today is just some sweet corn, so just some natural sweet corn scattered around my bait. So the bait is on my rig now, nice and easily. And what I'm going to do now is, just before I get that rod in, I'm going to make up my sweet corn. I'm going to put a bit of boilies in because I have got some Belkin shrimp boilies, which are the 10mm, so that'll be good to get all different sizes of carp in and feeding on my spot. So let's start making up that mix now. So I've just got some good old sweet corn, can't really go wrong with a bit of sweet corn, and chuck this in my bucket. Now as you can see in this bucket here, it's full of sweet corn, and then I'm going to top it off with some Belkin shrimp, small little 10mm boilies. And it doesn't really go well with my CM1, but I think it will still bring a lot of attraction to the spot, so let's chuck that whole bag in as well. Now we've got it in the bucket here, give it a little mix.
And what I'm going to do
is pour a tiny bit of rosehip glug into this bucket now. Get a nice amount of that in and get mixing. And it's all mixed up and it looks really good, and hopefully that can attract me a fish. Right, so I'm changing my plan for what's going on my rod. So I just had a chat with Matt and gave him a little look at my little bait mixture that I've got here, the sweet corn and everything there, and I decided to, I thought CM1's good, I know CM1 works, but it's not the same colour as my bait, and I like having confidence that it looks natural so everything's matching. So what I'm putting on is some banana and toffee pop-ups, and I think these will do really well. And I'm going to finish it off with some real sweet corn on top, maybe one piece of sweet corn on each rod. So I'm also going to cut these down a little bit, so I'll get them set up and I'll show you. And there we go, I've got a chopped up pop-up with a bit of corn on top. So I've chopped up the pop-up so it looks a bit more natural in the water, so it sits really nicely. So I'll dip this in the water now, see how it sits, and yeah, get it straight out ready for my spot. Don't say that. I'm still recording. Right, so rig's all set up. Let's get it in the water. Right there, and that does the trick for me. So we'll get this on the pod and get some bait right over it. And then let's get some bait straight out on it. And that'll do me now till tonight, so got a lot more bait left for my other rod, and then I'll bait up again just before I go to sleep, and then when I wake up in the morning. Oh, I've been recording all that time. 10 minutes. Right, so my second rod is sorted, same exact thing. Cut up pop-up with a bit of corn on top. So they're not too far away from each other, but they are reasonably close still. So my rods are all set up now, both rods are in the water, and now I'm getting set up my bivvy and sort out the rest of my stuff, because my sight currently looks like a bomb has gone off. So let's get that sorted, and then when that's all sorted, we'll go over, chat to Matt and see what he's doing. Matt is just over there currently scaring a swan away. So my bivvy is now set up, and I have actually got something new to my setup that I did not tell you about, and it is actually what I'm currently using. It is my bed chair. So if you don't know, I had my old bed chair for probably coming up to 2 years now, and it was absolutely wrecked. I lost bolts in it. I had to use like sticks to use as bolts. It sagged loads, so my back was touching metal bars when I slept, and it was just ridiculously uncomfy. Matt's been telling me for months to get a new bed chair, and Rob, if you remember Rob, who used to do videos, he sorted me out the other day. He said one of his mates signed a bed chair, 50 quid second hand, but he's one of his mates and I know him, so I washed it all and it looks brand new and it looks absolutely mega. So let's show you. It is a Nash KNX. I think it is actually discontinued now, but it's a mega bed chair and I'm super chuffed with it, so let's have a look. So here we go, there is the bed chair, and as you can see it looks really good. It's got all the elastics here, which is really good. It's got the built-in sleeping bag. I've just got a little yellow pillow now till I get a proper one. Got the Nash KNX logo there, and it's a really nice sturdy bed chair. It's 6 legs, memory foam bottom, and a very nice comfy. It's very nice and comfy to sit on. So I'm super chuffed with this. The conditions for today are absolutely mega. The sun is out. It's probably about 19 degrees. It's boiling. I wish I put some shorts on, but the air pressure is still low, and the carp are definitely on the feed because I've definitely seen them feeding. So fingers crossed we can have fish. I'm sure me and Matt will hopefully bag at least one each and maybe more, so we'll see what the day brings. So what's going on here?
So we've got a fish on, right in the margin here. Absolutely screamed off that, did 3 pieces of sweet corn. Seemed to have done the job, and wow, trying to put up a fight, this fish is.
Fish are definitely on the feed today.
Yeah.
Conditions are perfect as well.
Yeah, it always seems like a little fish, but putting up a nice fight. So sitting there, eating a bag of Doritos. What do I know next? Bam, we've got a fish on. What do you reckon? Mirror? Comment? I say bites fighting.
Oh, nice little mirror.
It's a mirror.
It's a mirror.
Oh, it's dropped my lead already. Grab some. First fish in the net. Come on.
Easy done.
Oh, scratch my landing net now. Right guys, so as you can see, here we go, we've got a very nice chunky mirror. We haven't given him away yet. I will give him away before we put him back because he's got some decent weight to him for the size of him. As you can see, his mouth is not in good condition, but this is the first fish of the session and it put up a cracking fight. And we've definitely got more fish to come. If we've got a fish this early in the session, they've definitely been on the feed all around the lake. There's a lot of activity. The conditions are perfect. Me and Matt have got mega bait in, so hopefully we can get some fish.
14.5.
14.5. I've got the master out this time. Not a bad size. Let's get this fish released. Very chunky fish. And off he goes.
So as you just saw, Matt just had that stunning little fish, and it was really nice. To be fair, it was 14 pounds and 5 ounces, and he has got it back now in the water. And yeah, fingers crossed I can have fish soon. I've just had to move my left hand rod because the swan was absolutely destroying it. Put a bit more bait on because it completely rinsed me for my bait. So yeah, fingers crossed I can have fish soon. And I just cooked myself up some chicken korma. I completely forgot to film me cooking it, but yeah, it's about 4:30. I'm going to chow down and enjoy this food, so I'll catch up with you later. Right, so I've just put some fresh bait on my rods and I'm just going to move my rods into a different spot now because the person next to me has left, so I have a lot more room where to cast my rods and also somewhere where the swans will not be able to get. Perfect. Right, so I'll do my other rod off camera now and keep you posted. Well, good morning everyone, and it is the next day and I've just reeled in one of my rods just to redo it. Same tactic as before because I have got confidence in it, but it's just not working so far. I didn't have any fish in the night, as you can see. Matt also didn't have anything in the night, so it's a hard one, but the conditions are mega again. Low air pressure, but it's still quite warm. It's about 15-16 degrees. And then we've got a bit of rain due later, so it should have the fish on the feed. So let's get this rod straight back in and set my other rod up, and I'll update if anything else happens. Right, so nothing has happened much at all really, and yeah, the ducks have been clearing me out all session. I've probably got about 30 minutes left till I start packing up, and there's not much action really that's happening. But last week I did come on the bank. Me and Matt were on the bank, but I didn't get enough footage to make a video. That's why there was no video last week, but I'll put a few clips on the screen now to give this video a bit more activity, so check these clips out now and I'll catch you after them. I just got to the lake and Matt had this beautiful little comment. So He's not had it out for long. We'll get it straight back in the water as fast as possible. But yeah, here's Matt, and if you want to go see his channel and see him catching this fish, go down to the link in the description. Go on.
Go inside and out where the hook was. There we go, nice generous blob. Right guys, so we've got the fish in the net. Let's get it released and rod back in. Fingers crossed, onto the third, maybe a bit bigger this time, but it's still a cracking fish to have. So let's get him released.
Not too bad, at least you've had a lovely fish.
Cracking fish, rod back in, hopefully.
Nice one, Matt, but I'm still not happy with you because I won't go back to sleep. Right, I'll see you soon, Matt. Right, so it has came to the end of the session, and unfortunately I've not caught, but you've still seen a bit of action with Matt catching and then some of the clips that I showed you from last video. But thanks very much for watching this week's video. My rods are still on, but I'm literally going to reel them in right now. But make sure you go down below, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video next week. And we've recently hit 7,000 subs, so thanks very much for that, and I'll be having a giveaway coming very, very soon. So I'll see you later.